why don't we transition? We jump into the DeLorean together.
Yes.
We go back to the past, 2011, early years. Want to watch it?
Yeah, let's do it. Here's a video, I think, of early years of the studio, right?
That's right.
All right, let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Cool.
I felt like I woke up from a nightmare. I was doing something I loved, just for the sake of it.
There are no good or bad people. People are shaped by culture.
I started making real human connections. And for the first time in my life, people liked me.
Question the nature of reality and what life's all about, and I think is a big question we should all be asking.
Instead of extracting value from the world, I was adding value to it.
So there you go. Those were the early days of the studio. That was like my kitchen. You can see I got like a Fu Manchu there, whatever. And it was a one-man show. And I set it up in my kitchen table. I bought some webcams and stuck some microphones on. And those were the early days. Anybody that would be stupid enough to come on my show would come on my show. So old buddies from the city, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu people, anybody I could just get to show up. Those were the early days.
But you still got some amazing people on the show. How do you do that? You're in your kitchen. Like,
yeah,
what was appealing for them to come on your show?
Look, the first 20 episodes, I mean, like, they were just, honestly, just friends and friends of friends, anybody that would say okay. I would argue the first 50 shows, maybe they weren't that good, but like early on we started talking about issues. So I think there was the Occupy Wall Street protests, so we went down and took a look at that and talked about it. I think we early started talking about, psychedelic journeys and stuff. And again, I thought that was really dangerous. I thought the Bank of England will never allow me to go back to the city if I talk about something like a psychedelic on screen. So each one of these moments, now you look back and you're like, no big deal. But for me, I was terrified. So those were the early days. Again, anybody I could con to get on. But I just try to make each episode better. So if you watch the early episodes, and they're all on YouTube, they're all on our website, they're all there. Unless they've been taken down by some platforms. You can see the lighting's bad, my facial hair is bad, the cameras are bad, but like every episode, I tried to get a little bit better until today, and then hopefully next year will be even better. So that was it, and the point was, I promised that I would do one episode a week. So I promised in the beginning to nobody that I would do one episode a week, and somehow I felt accountable to London Reelers, and that kept me going. Every Sunday, we published an episode, no matter what. I asked a homeless guy one time to come on the show because I didn't have any guests. He actually said no.
Wow.
And I was getting sometimes desperate just to get anybody to come on the show. These were really tricky years. Again, friends and family thought I lost my mind. This is 2011. Podcasts weren't a thing. YouTube wasn't really a thing. And I just kept going. And for me, it was just everything I did. The studio was in my apartment. It was a loft thing I had there. People would come over. I would live there. I would wake up and I would do London Reel. And my wife, Mariana, now, she never questioned me. Never questioned. Hard to believe, actually. Hard. I think after like 3 years, she might have once said, do you think this will be a business one day? That's it. Otherwise, she never questioned me. She just supported me. So that was super helpful. And then I always joke, the banks financed London Reel. So I was living off my savings. So whatever the banks had paid me in bonuses, that's how I survived those first couple of years, because there was no business. There was nothing. It was just me having conversations.